Victoria's concept, and then I'll introduce you to the artist. The 55th taller, I'm going to say it in Spanish because I butcher French even worse. It's called Communication Threads and Entwined Recollections, which is an ideal jumping point in the 40th year. We're celebrating the 40th anniversary. And Victoria writes, Communication Threads and Entwined Recollections is based on a concept of creating personal stories about textiles from artists who use fiber in their own disciplines. It was at once an appealing idea to the curator and a challenging one for these artists to create art in only 2 dimensions. Drawing from a grand textile history of basket weaving to a catalytic cloth with built-in computer chips, these artists thoughtfully embrace the challenge of creating their own unique perspectives on a 27 by 35.5-inch limited edition fine art ceremony. The artists that we have today represent about half of the artists in the taller. To my immediate right, which I guess is your left, is Patricia Valencia. I was expecting applause. Carol Shaw Sutton. Our curator, Victoria Delgado. Raquel Rocky Brunswick Olivares. And I always love to say last but not least because I was that child, last but not least, Dalila Paola Mendez. So I guess we've had our sound adjustment. We're okay? So I'm just going to begin with some questions to help orient you and allow the artists to speak for themselves, okay? So my first question is for Victoria. Why did you desire to explore the language of textiles? And what... Victoria, why did you desire to explore the language of textiles, and what threads did you see in the artists selected for this printmaking series?
Actually, this atelier was pitched by Joel Garcia, who is the studio manager at Self-Help Graphics. And so there was an atelier last year that one of the artists, Barnett, I believe is her last name, did some shoelaces. And so it was really interesting that she was able to create this textile looking image on as a print. And so that was kind of we piggybacked off that concept. And so when I got it, Joel had a write-up about it, but I expanded it because I started looking at a longer history about textiles and how important they are. So the way I picked artists was they also challenged me with bringing in artists that were not traditional printers, and so this is a week's artist in residency that they serve with Joel Puche. And so I've printed before, but I've also, it's always different when you print something. So with his aid, we were going to translate the type of work that they did into a print. So I started looking at different artists from all over California. I wanted people to be able to have access to getting here. So that was also one of my concerns, that they could commit to the time. And so through the help of Kathy Gallegos, as well as my own resources and some ideas that Joel had about different artists, I put together this collective. And as I look, I'm very proud of it. As I look at all the prints, I totally see my taste in every single print, like what I like. So I have some filmmakers, two filmmakers, two knit bombers, 2 donkeys, 2 elephants, no, I'm kidding. There's a variety of Mavis who does antiques, collects antique fabrics, and she translated that to a really beautiful print, and so I found people that worked in the print media. Unfortunately, it seemed like a lot of people that I found, not unfortunately or fortunately, it was difficult for me to find people that are younger that work in the media. So I was able to find Rocky here. I was so excited. And then a lot of women work in fiber media more than men. So I was excited when I found David, who is really into, sculpting, knit bombing and sculpting. So, and then also availability. So those were my, I had no idea, other than I saw their work on their websites, what would come out, and oh my God, when they started bringing their designs, I was like overwhelmed with the professionalism and the beautiful ideas that they brought to this.
Thank you. And now I'm going to open it up.